You ever have one of those mornings where you're just sipping your coffee, minding your own business, when the world decides to throw you a curveball? That was me, Tom Harper, 43, just a regular guy who fixes computers for a living, staring out my kitchen window at a dude in dark shades pointing some high-tech camera right into my cabin. No squirrel, no nosy neighbor, just a guy who looked like he stepped out of a bad spy movie, hired by my HOA to make my life hell. I live in this cozy little cabin on Lake Serenity, about an hour outside Duluth, Minnesota, a place my grandpa built with his own hands back in the 60s. It's got cedar walls, a creaky porch, and wildflowers that grow like they own the place. Pure peace. Or at least it was until the Pine Grove Homeowners Association decided my cabin was an eyesore. Apparently, my grandpa's handcrafted charm didn't fit their vision of a modern lakefront aesthetic. They sent me a letter certified, mind you, signed by Linda Grayson, the HOA president, demanding I slap on vinyl siding, replace my windows, and turn my yard into a putting green. 90 days to comply or face enforcement. I wrote back, polite as could be, saying my cabin's a family heirloom, been here longer than their HOA, and I'm not changing a damn thing. That's when the real trouble started. At first, it was subtly black SUV parked down the road, tinted windows, always gone when I got close. Then my phone started getting weird calls, just silence before they hung up. My Wi-Fi started acting like it had a personal vendetta, and I caught my email logging in from IP addresses I didn't recognize. I'm an IT guy, so I know when someone's messing with my digital life. I started keeping a log, dates, times, photos of that SUV. Then one morning, I hear rustling outside my bathroom window, pull back the curtain, and there's Mr. Spy Movie himself, camera in hand, cool as ice. He sees me, gives this cocky little salute, and strolls off to his ride, but not before leaving a present. A tiny wireless camera stuck to my window frame, and a GPS tracker under my truck. I yanked those gadgets off and tore into them like a kid with a new toy. The camera had photos of me grabbing my mail, tending my garden, even some creepy shots through my window. The GPS had been tracking me for weeks, every trip to the store, my office, even the diner in town. This wasn't some overzealous HOA busybody. This was pro-level surveillance. The camera's memory card led me to a company called Vantage Security Group, a shady outfit with an address in a strip mall nearby. A quick search showed they'd popped up right when the HOA started getting aggressive. Coincidence? Hell no. By noon, I'm piecing it all together when my inbox pings with an email from some random string of numbers. Subject line, they're watching your bank account. Act fast. My hands were shaking as I logged in. Sure enough, 3 failed login attempts at 3 a.m., plus a $2.99 charge to some data validation LLC I'd never heard of. The email told me to meet someone at Rusty's Diner on Route 17, back booth, 2 p.m., alone. They had info on other families being targeted. My gut screamed trap, but I had to know. At the diner, I meet Sarah Klein, a wiry woman in her 50s with eyes that had seen too much. She used to handle the HOA's books until Linda fired her for asking too many questions. Over coffee, she slides me a folder thick with invoices, emails, and a spreadsheet listing 12 families mine, included labeled non-compliant. The HOA had spent $40,000 on security consulting with Vantage, funded by sketchy deposits from something called Clearwater Ventures. Sarah whispers, "Linda's not running this show, Tom. She's scared, just like you. Someone's pulling her strings." Back home, I'm barely through the door when I notice it's ajar. My laptop's gone, and there's a note on my fridge, "Stop digging, or you'll regret it." That's when I got mad. These people thought they could scare me off my own land. I wired up security cameras around the cabin, and the next morning, I catch a new car across the lake, some guy with binoculars watching my every move. I dig deeper into Vantage and find they've got contracts with HOAs across 3 states. Clearwater Ventures? Linked to a real estate firm called Pinnacle Properties, known for turning small towns into playgrounds for the rich. I decide to confront Linda at her real estate office in town. She's all smiles, but her hands shake when I mention Clearwater. Her phone rings, and I hear a man's voice snap. The Harper situation needs to end now. No delays. Linda's face goes white, and she mumbles, "I'll call you back." But I hear enough. "Think about your son's college fund." That's when it clicks. Linda's not the villain. She's a pawn, blackmailed into this mess. That night, I get a text from an unknown number. We know you're talking to the feds. Stop, or Linda's kid has an accident. I call Sarah's contact, an FBI agent named Rachel Torres, who's been tracking Pinnacle for years. She tells me they're part of a bigger outfit, Horizon Global, a front for investors laundering money through luxury resorts. They target places like my lake, harass owners into selling cheap, then flip the land for millions. Rachel's own family, Got Hither Aunt's farm in Wisconsin, was targeted with the same tactics. Things escalate fast. Rachel warns me Pinnacle's planning something big at my cabin tonight. I see SUVs rolling up my driveway, led by a guy in a slick suit, Victor Crane, flanked by goons and a fake cop in a sheriff's uniform that's just a little off. They've got a court order to evict me, claiming I'm a criminal. Bullshit. I'm watching through my cameras, heart pounding, as they spread out like they own the place. Rachel's on the phone, saying, "Stall them, Tom. We're 20 minutes out." I'd been ready for this. My grandpa didn't just build a cabin, he built a fortress. There's a massive wasp nest in the wall by my porch, nasty little bastards that'll swarm anything that moves. I'd rigged a sound system to rile them up, high-frequency pulses they can't resist. As Crane's goons start prying at my porch window, I hit the switch. The air explodes with buzzing, a black cloud of pissed-off wasps descending on them. Crane's screaming, "What the hell is this?" as his fancy suit gets torn to shreds. The fake cop dives into his car, and Linda's on the ground, yelling, "This is fake. Victor made me do it. He's got videos, fake videos." I'd set my cameras to live stream, titled HOA hired goons to steal my home. Watch this. Within minutes, 10,000 people are watching, then 1,000,000. Comments flood in. "Get him, Tom. Screw HOAs." Linda's confession goes viral, and Crane's operation crumbles in real time. The FBI rolls in, cuffs flying, as Crane sits in the dirt, covered in welts, staring at his phone like his world's ended. It has. For months later, I'm back on my porch, coffee in hand, lake sparkling like nothing happened. Crane's doing 30 years for racketeering and fraud. Horizon Global's done $80 million seized, split among 200 families they targeted. Linda testified, got immunity, and moved to Oregon with her son, who kept his college fund. Sarah's a state auditor now, busting shady HOAs left and right. Rachel's leading a new FBI task force, and me? I started Harper Security, helping folks fight back against tech harassment. The wasps? They're still here, my unofficial guard dogs, buzzing happily as tourists snap photos from a safe distance. Pine Grove's a real community, again no more surveillance state. But the best part? A letter I got last week, no return address, just a photo of a family by a cabin like mine. The note said, "Tom, your fight gave us the guts to stand up to our HOA. We kept our home. Thank you." That's when I knew this wasn't just my win. It was theirs, too. So what's your story? Ever had an HOA or some bully try to push you around? Drop it in the comments. I want to hear how you fought back, or if you're still in the trenches. Hit that like button if this gave you a spark, and subscribe to catch more stories of regular folks taking on the big dogs. Let's keep shining a light on these fights, one cabin, one wasp nest, one viral stream at a time.